Hi, my name is Luca. I'm 23 years old and I'm living in Hachioji, going to Chuo Daigaku. I'm a law student and it's my first time in Japan. Um, yeah, I'm here for 1 year. To be honest, I didn't have too many expectations. Um, I tried to not have too many expectations, and it was definitely something that I actually could not have expected. Some things that you just cannot know or think about before you come here. So yeah, it's very different. Yeah. There is not just one single reason. In Germany, the city where I live, where I grew up, there's actually the biggest community of Japanese people in Europe, I think, even definitely in Germany. And so I had some contact with Japanese culture. You know, we went to Japanese restaurants and so got to know a little bit about Japanese culture. And then I'm also really interested in martial arts. So, and obviously Japan is somewhat the birthplace of martial arts. And the last reason is that in university I thought about learning another language, and because up until now I could only speak German and English, I wanted to learn another language, but I didn't want it to be a European language. I wanted to be, something else, and then Japan seemed the most reasonable option, especially in Asia. Definitely the beginning, just the first weeks of me staying in Japan and just getting to know the place where I'm living and the university. Obviously, there's a lot of things that you need to do in the beginning that just need to get done. Paperwork, you need to go to the city office. Obviously, my Japanese now has somewhat improved, but in the beginning, that was definitely the major problem. Japanese culture is not too different. Like really basic stuff is not too different from German culture. So, for example, being on time, politeness, somewhat like social hierarchy. So there's people that are, kind of above you that you need to be more polite to, and then there are people that kind of below you. That's definitely still also in German culture. All these things are like times 100 in Japan. So in Germany you're on time, but in Japan you're really on time. Close contact to people. Yeah, I feel like in Japan, just the way that society is set up, there's somewhat of a distance between people. So even close friends, when they see each other, they mostly it's the typical waving like hands. And in Germany, guys always have like some, I don't know, like a handshake or something, and girls, like a girl and a guy, they always hug each other. And yeah, so it's a little bit, you feel like you miss a little bit like the just being close to people, or not having that feeling of, oh, I can't keep the distance. Yeah, that's miss that a little bit. Definitely, like the way my studies are set up right now, like my plan is I'll probably have the opportunity to come back as a student, or as to work. I don't want to work in Japan because working life in Japan is scary, but I would like to come back like on a regular basis, or a couple of times for some extended period, not just for a few weeks or something. I feel like I want my life to be centered in Germany, and then have some contact to Japan through work. there's certain things that they, if they would come here, they would definitely not expect. So, for example, what Japan obviously is known for is like manga, anime, just like that part of the culture, like Japanese culture. But what people have, I think, no idea about is the insane working culture and the you know, like salarymen and I don't know, sitting on a train and, you know, a lot of people, I don't know, sleeping on the train with their suits on, or like, you know, office lady outfit, and you know, going to work, working crazy long hours. I feel like that's something that people don't expect, that they don't know about, which is a critical part of Japanese culture.